Is that always what happens at the start?
The title.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't in the pilot,
No, but okay.
and so far it's been like that at the start of everyone. So, that was Frybo,
Yeah.
episode 5.
It's that old. Oh, pilot as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bit. I feel like I don't remember Garnet sitting on a chair, being all like, "How do you do?"
Oh, she's
No memory of that happening whatsoever.
She's on the chair every episode so far, but you might be projecting the how do you do part.
So this is another one where Stevens gets told, don't do something, and Stevens is like, you can't tell me how to live my life. And he does something anyway. So he's told, be careful of magic clothing. And he goes, no, I'm aware of him. I don't understand the laws of... Because the trousers don't attack him. The sock does.
Well, it stops when he tells him to stop.
No, fair play. Why she got this? She shouldn't have lost it in the first place. She's like, I've got this magic ball full of things that make t-shirts evil. Oh no, I've misplaced one. Little boy, please look out for it. Oh, have you lost your trousers? That's convenient, because I've lost something that makes them hurt people. They probably aren't related though, so I'm going to leave now. I'm going to go in town where I didn't leave it, and the only way it could have got over there is if it had already magicked up your trousers and ran there. Why do these gems exist? Who wants a gem that makes clothes magic and then stops listening to you?
It's not a gem, it's a piece of gem.
What?
Gem shard.
So the whole gem didn't do that, and when they broke it up, it gained this property?
Certainly seems to be the case.
No. That's not how gems work.
I'm not saying that.
Gems are a real thing, Martin.
I'm not saying that that the whole gem didn't do this. I'm just saying that in this case you've only seen the shards do it.
Because if they were like, oh no, this one gem makes things magic and hostile occasionally, we should smash it, and we've got loads of gems that are a problem. What an awful idea, whoever did that. Can't they just put these things in the bin?
Where's your face, Frybo? Being part of the Fryman family means you gotta sell fries.
How come
And
that
be
one,
my son, which
that
you
son, is allowed inside, and the other one is like, no, you live out here in the rain. You're going to wear a costume and dance. For money. He's nostalgic for this seahorse ride. How long ago... How long has he been doing this job?
I couldn't say. I don't know. Probably not that long.
Not long
his age.
Not reasonably long enough to be nostalgic about.
Well, I mean, the younger you are, the more recent things you can get nostalgic about.
This will get suddenly quite real, doesn't it? And talking about jobs and cash.
Get used to that.
No.
Alright.
I'm going to be constantly surprised by it.
Brilliant. Then you'll enjoy it more.
See, most of this episode is quite sad. Like, from now until a bit on. Because the other child talks about whose hair looks like chips.
Yeah.
To the point where they don't need a costume to look like chips. They look like chips. They could just walk about looking like chips and people would go, I'm peckish now. The costume's quite frankly extravagant.
So we're seeing a lot of characters here. Do you want to talk about the characters?
No, I want to keep talking about the hair. I feel like there's a lot to unpack there.
Right.
Because my hair doesn't lend itself to profession. Is that a genetic thing, or is it styled that way?
Well, you see his dad and his brother both also have similar hair.
So, is that how they got into this business? Because they looked out one day and went, my hair looks like chips.
Their surname's Fryman.
It's all very convenient.
So,
also, it sent me in the sense that this was quite sort of... I felt like also Stephen should have seen this coming by saying, oh, it does everything we say. We've told it to make people eat chips. That they should have displayed a level of foresight to know what would come.
Yeah, it seems a little sort of almost tropey in that.
Yeah, a little on the nose. Maybe not on the nose, but a little, you know.
Yeah.
I was sat being like, when's he going to start choking people with chips.
Yeah, and any sort of thing where this sort of scenario happens always.
The monkey paw.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got guy on his knees eating some chips. We got a guy lying down going, oh, this is awful. And then we got a guy who's being held upside down, forced to eat chips, which is difficult. Reasonably, that gentleman could spit out those chips, or just open his mouth and let gravity do the work. But instead he's thought, no, I'm a soldier on. I think he actually wants chips. I think he's liking the situation.
Right.
And his face is more just I love chips. Because, yeah, he could just let them fall out of his mouth if he didn't.
And
Crab person is being force-fed chips.
Right, yeah, okay.
Like, I'll accept the situation he's in is perilous.
You feel sorry for a crab person in this scenario.
Yes. But the other person...
He's bringing it on himself.
He's
sort of asking for it.
Well, I just think he enjoys it, I think. Because it's very difficult to be force-fed chips when you're upside down, because they just fall out. No one's squeezing his face to be like, no, keep his chips in there.
Unless, do you don't think maybe they're jammed in?
No.
I don't even like fries.
I don't think him not liking chips is the point.
Yeah, even
if someone was thrown out being like, actually I quite like chips, but I didn't enjoy that experience.
You wouldn't feel any less sorry for them.
Yeah, you wouldn't go, well, because you like chips, you should have loved it. The chip monster feeding you chips all the time. That should have been your favourite thing in the world. What was he doing? Was he in the chip shop when he got attacked?
I assume not, since he doesn't like chips. Maybe it's just because he was stationed outside that he's... I don't know, Jack.
Because either Lars, is it?
Yeah.
Was in the chip shop, and so was a convenient target, or he's been picked up and taken to the chip shop.
I mean, it's a small boardwalk. He could have just been going past.
So we see people leave the shop when this thing goes mad. So that implies maybe he wasn't there. He was just going in there being like, I don't like chips. Why don't you all come buy donuts? I think they're great. And then this chip monster came and said, wouldn't say anything, he can't talk, but just threw chips at him. Is this the first episode with not all the gems in it?
Yeah, this is Pearl's first solo episode. How do you feel she did?
I mean, her situation now is, oh, I've got tomato sauce on my face, now I can't see. Just wipe your eyes. Like, it's not that tricky. Like, she isn't exuding it. It's quite a simple situation she's in. She's quite good with a spear. Like, she got that out and went, jam, and, you know, she was all like, that was good, well done. Then she went, oh no, I'm covered in tomato sauce now, that's me. Also, at this stage, she should know that Stephen wasn't listening, and so should have hit him and explained it again. I thought this was going to be like a snake's mongoose thing, where they were like, how do we get rid of this chip bow?
Frybo.
Not convinced. But like, why haven't those things turned evil and started smashing people? Like, well, let's we made something magic and it started trying to murder everyone. That was awful. How do we fix it? Let's make 6 things magic.
It's not been enough time for them to sort of for their obedience.
But
to
it's
wane.
night time now.
They're smaller. Pearl's there.
Pearl's had enough time to get the tomato off of her face. Here's another thing, alright? I think I've raised before the littering that they do.
You're not happy about them burning a costume and saying...
No, he goes on about how greasy it is. They've set it alight and then cast it into the sea.
Yeah.
They're all like, let's save the world. No. Realistically, if Stephen wasn't in... Like, if Stephen didn't exist in this universe, in the episodes we've seen, how many of them would have gone smoother?
Well, yeah. He's a child, he's still learning, and when you're learning, you often get in the way.
But if they just, like, kept him locked up somewhere...
You'd never learn and you'd never be able to become an asset.
But they'd also... Like, all these people wouldn't have been terrorised. He wouldn't have, smashed up a shop. None of these people are eating chips again. This will irreparably harm Chipman's business. He'll be like, do you want some chips? And they'll be like, no, because it just reminds me of that time that chip monster you made tried to kill us all with chips. And he'll go, yeah, well, that's fair enough, isn't it? Every time he looks in the mirror, he's going to think his hair's trying to murder him.
So what were your thoughts on Frybo?
I mean, I feel like I liked quite a lot of bits of it. But the central sort of thing was one that was fairly obvious. This chick monster's going to murder everyone or attempt to.
Yeah.
So, it was alright. But I felt like it lacked something. I don't know what that is. It may just be that I'm slightly tired right now, and that sort of colours my opinion of it. But I think that's everything on Frybo. We'll come back to... I'm waiting for them to appear later so I can see if they've still got chips for hair. And see what the boy's doing now. And if he's still in the family business, or if he's not, and then if he's not, what shape his hair's in.